It can be super discouraging to work very hard on a social media post and then not see any interaction with it. We know because we've been there as church media folks and as Digivangelism. But honestly, it happens to even the biggest and best influencers online. Yes, they may have a huge following, but they still make posts that have lots of great engagement and posts that really don't hit home with anyone. Some of that could be the pesky algorithm that we are all fighting against out here in the social world. But some of it really can be helped with improved social media strategy. So what does that look like in 2021? Let's dive in. Quick intro first. I'm Sammy here at Digivangelism. We post videos every single week, Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. We exist to help progressive leaders of spiritual communities share hope, healing, and light online. If that sounds of interest to you, subscribe below and you won't miss a single video that we put out every single week of digital ministry goodness. With no further ado, let's get started. First tip. Balance your ratio. Have you heard of the 20-80 rule? Not necessarily Pareto's principle, but kind of. 20-80 is a solid ratio between posts that you make advertising things your community is doing and posts that you make just for your community to be community online. Yeah, that might be a hard balance to attain, especially if you're only posting ads right now. And not even like boosted ads, just like come do this ads or fill out this ads. But if your posts aren't seeing much engagement, that might be because you are spending too much time making posts that ask people to do things rather than celebrating people or engaging people. Serving them online actually in the post or connecting them with others in the post. Truth is, people get marketed to a lot online these days, like an overwhelming amount, and it's increasing all the time. I know that when you're posting about your cool event, you don't feel like it's marketing, and it probably even isn't marketing, but it might come across that way. Especially if that is the only type of post you are making. You are just asking people to give to you as a community, and you're not giving much back. Let's talk about how to fix that. If you need some tips for how to actually be church online or be your faith community online, check out the description below. We'll include some of our earlier videos about how other churches, other communities have done just this. And just some tips that we would recommend for you to improve your social media strategy. But for now, let's jump over to our next tip, which is to be consistent. Your social media strategy must include consistency. And yes, that is gonna look different for everybody. Some communities may be able to post a few times a day, no problem. For others, posting a few times a week might be near impossible. Try to keep up with whatever you decide to commit to, at least for a few months, just so you can get a feel for whether or not it is working for you. And unfortunately, here's a pro tip. Plan to be a little bit discouraged along the way, at least a little bit discouraged. If you are just getting started online, you might find that when you post a video, you get next to 0 views. When you make a post that you spend a lot of time on, you don't get many likes at all. If you make a joke, your jokes may even fall short, unfortunately. Plan to be a little frustrated about that as you're getting started, but just tell yourself you're going to keep moving through that anyway. You're going to keep being consistent. Too many people give up on social before they even see traction from their efforts. Don't let that happen to you. Try to celebrate the wins as they come, and maybe to help, if you do get frustrated, you can keep like a little notebook or a little sticky note by your computer of the wins that you have experienced on social, so that when your jokes fall short, you can have that little reminder. Alright, next tip, mix up your content. If you're making the same type of post over and over and over, and that's the only kind of post your faith community makes, people are gonna get bored so fast. In fact, I think they develop a superpower to not even see those posts anymore. This lack of interaction with your posts actually makes the algorithm send your post to less and less people, so more people are ignoring it, less people are seeing it. It's just not good. To combat this, try to mix up your content consistently. We actually made a 7-day guide to help you mix up your weekly Facebook posts, so you can find that link below too. Last but not least, we have to tell you, if you're trying to improve your social media strategy in 2021, you need to get on TikTok and Instagram Reels. The algorithm on these platforms is like nothing we have seen before. If you haven't started creating content on these platforms, the time is seriously now. And know that on these platforms, the algorithm will probably give your content to way more people than are following you to kind of see if they like your content. That's just how the algorithm works. It sends it beyond who's following your profile. So consider making content that is not just for your community, but is actually prepared to meet the eyes of people that have never stepped foot in your building may never join any of your meetings, may never become part of your community. How can you live out your mission to them online? If you're part of a church and you're looking for more methods like this to reach people online with the love of Jesus, you need to check out our ebook, which is also linked below. It's called Be Church Online: How Progressive Christian Leaders Can Embrace Digital Ministry. It's full of tons and tons of content about how to improve your strategy in 2021, but also tons of examples from other progressive Christian leaders who are living out their mission online. So as always, if this was helpful at all for you, please be sure to like and subscribe below so you don't miss a single video we put out of more and more digital ministry goodness. Today we brought the knowledge, and now it is your turn to put it into action. Peace.